Ever wonder what's really going on inside your head? Your brain is a super complex machine, but understanding it doesn't have to be. Today, we're diving into 10 fascinating psychology insights that will change how you see yourself and the world around you. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about habits. You've probably heard it takes 21 days to form a new habit, right? Well, science says it's a bit more complicated. Research from University College London found that, on average, it takes 66 days to make a new behavior automatic. But here's the interesting part, the time frame varies wildly. A simple habit, like drinking a glass of water in the morning, could lock in as quickly as 18 days. But something more challenging, like a daily workout routine, might take over 250 days. So, if you're struggling to stick with a new habit, don't get discouraged. Consistency is key, and your brain just needs a little more time to build that pathway. Give yourself grace and keep going. Number 2, your mind wanders a lot more than you think. Have you ever been driving and suddenly realized you don't remember the last few miles? Or been in a meeting and your mind just checks out? You're not alone. Studies show that our minds are wandering about 30% of the day, and when you're doing something repetitive or on a quiet, familiar road, that number can jump to a staggering 70%. Your brain is designed to be efficient, so it slips into autopilot mode whenever it can. While this can be great for conserving mental energy, it also means we're often not fully present. It's a reminder to practice mindfulness and bring our attention back to the here and now, especially when it matters. Next, let's tackle overthinking. We've all been there, replaying a conversation in our heads or worrying endlessly about the future. But psychologists warn that overthinking, or rumination, isn't the same as deep, productive thinking. Instead, it creates what they call a loop of misery. This mental loop can trigger anxiety, disrupt your sleep, and lead to serious emotional exhaustion. You think you're solving a problem, but you're actually just spinning your wheels and burning yourself out. The key is to recognize when you're stuck in this cycle. Break the loop by distracting yourself, talking it out, or practicing mindfulness to ground yourself in the present moment. Your mental health will thank you for it. Here's a fun one. Have you ever noticed that food just tastes better when someone else makes it? Even if it's the exact same sandwich you make every day, it's somehow more delicious when a friend or a calf prepares it for you. This isn't just in your head. When you cook for yourself, you're involved in the entire process. You smell the ingredients, you see it all come together, and you anticipate the final taste. By the time you sit down to eat, your brain has already experienced it, effectively spoiling the surprise. But when someone else cooks, your brain has lower expectations and the meal becomes a new, delightful sensory experience. It has a little trick of the mind that makes dining out or sharing a meal with friends feel extra special. Now for a more serious insight, loneliness is as dangerous as smoking. As humans, we are fundamentally wired for social connection. When we experience chronic loneliness, it doesn't just make us sad. It has a profound and dangerous impact on our physical and mental health. Research shows that social isolation significantly increases the risk of depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline later in life. In fact, some health experts consider chronic loneliness to be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. It's a powerful reminder to nurture our relationships and reach out to others. If you're feeling isolated, know that connecting with even one person can make a huge difference. Your health literally depends on it. Number 6 is all about your social circle. Ever feel like you can't keep up with all your friends on social media? There's a scientific reason for that. It's called Dunbar's number, proposed by anthropologist Robin Dunbar. He suggested that based on the size of our brain's neocortex, we can only maintain about 150 stable social relationships. This doesn't mean you can only know 150 people. It means you only have the cognitive capacity to handle about 150 meaningful connections, people you could greet at an airport without feeling awkward. Beyond that number, our brains start to feel overloaded, and the quality of our relationships begins to decline. It's quality over quantity. So don't feel pressured to have thousands of friends. Focus on the 150 that truly matter. Have you ever said that a breakup or a rejection felt like a physical punch to the chest? Well, you weren't just being dramatic. Your brain processes emotional pain in the very same regions that handle physical pain, the anterior cingulate cortex, to be specific. Neuroimaging studies show that when someone experiences social rejection or deep emotional distress, these areas of the brain light up just as they would if they'd been physically injured. This explains why heartbreak, betrayal, or intense shame can literally hurt. It's your brain telling you that social wounds are real threats to your well-being. So, be kind to yourself and others when navigating emotional pain. It's as real as a broken bone. Get ready for this one. An incredible 95% of your decisions are subconscious. You might think you're in the driver's seat, consciously choosing what to wear, what to eat for lunch, or which route to take to work. But the truth is, most of these decisions are made by your subconscious mind before you're even aware of them. Your brain relies on past experiences, habits, and hidden biases to make quick, automatic judgments. Your conscious mind often just comes in at the end to rationalize the choice that was already made, while your conscious self gets all the credit. It's your subconscious that's doing most of the heavy lifting every single day. Number 9 is a mental trap we all fall into, the sunk cost fallacy. This is the tendency to continue with something you've invested time, money, or effort into, even when it's clear that it's not working or is even harming you. Have you ever stayed in a bad job because you've already been there for years? Or continued watching a terrible movie just because you paid for it? That's the sunk cost fallacy at work. Your brain hates to feel like it has wasted resources, so it pressures you to stick with a bad decision to justify the initial investment. The logical thing to do is to cut your losses, but our brains are wired to avoid that feeling of loss. Recognizing this fallacy is the first step to breaking free and making better choices for your future. And finally, number 10, your brain is a copycat. Ever notice how you automatically yawn after someone else does? Or how you start to mimic the body language of the person you're talking to? You can thank your mirror neurons for that. Discovered initially in primates, these special brain cells fire both when we perform an action and when we see someone else perform that same action. They are the foundation of empathy, learning by observation, and social bonding. Mirror neurons are why emotions can be contagious and why we instinctively understand what others are feeling. Your brain is literally wired to connect with and imitate others. It's how we learn, how we bond, and how we function as a social species. So there you have it, 10 insights into the incredible, mysterious, and sometimes bizarre workings of your own mind. From the way you form habits to the way you connect with others, your brain is constantly running complex programs behind the scenes. Hopefully, understanding these a little better gives you more power over your own life. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and science. Let me know in the comments which one of these facts surprised you the most. See you in the next video.